Okay, so our next topic in lecture 11, let's try the third method that I have here of changing the speed of clips is using the speed duration dialog box. It gives you more options. And there are 3 ways that it can be accessed. So these are the 3 ways right here. So let's look at our lesson 11 for the instructions on what we're going to do. We're going to go here we're going to go to our speed duration dialog box sequence, the one that I named speed duration dialog box. So if it's already, actually, no, I named it speed duration. If it's already open, remember you can click on it to make it come to the front in the timeline, or if you don't have it in the timeline, you can find it in the list of sequences in the project panel. There it is, speed duration. I can double click on speed duration and it comes to the front. Let me just make some more space here. And what do we have here? We have the hero comes in.
You have been judged guilty.
I
am a slave to no man. Your sorcery ends here. Ends tonight.
So it's just 3 different clips of our hero. And we're going to do some speed changes to these 3 using the speed duration dialog box. So for this assignment, we're going to make sure that ripple, edit, shifting, trailing clips option is selected at all times, because that's going to really help us out. And we'll talk about what that is in a moment. In the sequence titled speed duration, we're going to do the following. The first clip, we're going to slow it down. Slow down the first clip in the sequence that says you have been judged guilty. Then the second clip, we're going to speed it up that says I'm a slave to no man. He's going to sound like a chipmunk. Then, but actually there are options for this one. So Manny, like you, it seemed that you didn't like the lowering of the voice, making him sound like a giant, or the chipmunk sounding voice. Well, with the speed duration dialog box, you have the option to not change the sound of the audio, to simply speed it up without changing the actual sound, which is cool. So you have that option for this method. Then the last one, we're going to reverse the third clip. So he's going to speak backwards. So things that you can do with the speed duration dialog box. You can reverse clips, speed clips up, change the duration. So here we go. Let's look at lecture 11 again to see our 3 different methods to get to the speed duration dialog box. So the first method here, says using the menu bar, you activate the timeline that you want to work with, then you select the desired clip, then you go up to clip at the menu bar and choose speed duration. So let's try that for the first one. So I have my I have my sequence active. Speed duration is underlined. I want to click. I'm going to use my selection tool now. So I'm not using my rate stretch tool anymore. I'm going to switch to the top tool, the selection tool. So click on the selection tool or press V is the shortcut to switch to the selection tool. And then I'm going to click to highlight the first clip. That's important. So you have to highlight your first clip you want to work on. Then we go up to the menu bar up here. We click on clip. Then look at that. There it is. Speed duration. By the way, there's a keyboard shortcut that's pretty easy to remember if you use this option a lot. What's that shortcut? Command R will work to get to it. So I choose speed duration. And now this is these are my options. I can change the speed. Right now, the normal speed is set to 100%. I can make the speed 200% if I want to double it, or 50% if I want to make it go faster. Duration, you can set the duration of a clip here. Like if you have a still image, you can set the duration here. There's also, here's the option for reversing the speed. Maintain audio pitch. This is what you prefer, Manny, right? You would want to check that. And then, like I said, we want to check ripple, edit, shifting, trailing clips for all of what we're doing, because we don't want gaps. For example, if I want to make this clip speed up, that would shorten the clip, right? And then that would leave a gap. Just like you saw what happened with when we used the rate stretch tool, we left a gap, right? Then we had to delete the empty space in between clips. But when you check ripple edit, shifting, trailing clips, what that does, what does ripple mean? Ripple means rippling in editing world, in editing language, it means closing gaps automatically. So the gap will automatically be closed and all the rest of the clips will shift over. You can try it both ways just to confirm the difference. I can show you that. So if I don't, I'll show you without checking first. So what does it say? What does it say to do here for the assignment? It says, in the sequence. So it says to slow down the first clip. I'm going to do something a little different, though, and not follow these directions, because I'm going to undo it later. So let's say I was not following directions. I did not have my ripple edit check. Don't follow along with me because I'm breaking all the rules right now. Just watch. Can everyone just watch for a moment and I'll help you guys catch up? Okay, so I'm going to do the assignment incorrectly first so you know what not to do. So just watch right now. Don't do anything because I don't want you to do it incorrectly along with me. Okay, so let's say the first clip I wanted to speed it up and I forgot to check ripple edit. So I want to speed it up. So let's see if I click here and I type in 200%. Let's see if that speeds it up. Let's see. Let me go back to 100. Oops. Let's do 100. So what at 100%, look at the duration of the clip. How long is it?
1 second, 12 frames.
Right, 1 second, 12 frames. When I make it 200%, look how it shrinks. 18 frames. Now if I click OK, see, it leaves a gap. But let's say I don't want that. I'm going to Command Z to undo. Thank goodness for Command Z. And I'm going to use another method of getting into the speed duration. Another method using the keyboard shortcut Command R. I'm going to try that one now. So I select the clip, I hit Command R, and this time I'm going to check ripple edit, shifting trailing clips, and then I change the speed to 200 and I click OK. Look at that. See how it shifted everything over, closing the gap all in one step? That's what you want. But I'm going to undo that because the assignment is not to speed up the first clip. The assignment is to slow down the first clip. So in that case, what it should do is it should extend the length of the first clip and push the other two over without, there would be no gap, obviously. So let me use another method of getting into the speed duration dialog box. So we went up to clip, speed duration from the menu bar. We used the keyboard shortcut Command R, and now the third method to get into this menu is to right click or control click and choose speed duration from the context menu. Okay, so so the other way is right click the clip and choose speed duration from this context menu that comes up. So then left click speed duration. So to follow the instructions of the assignment, check ripple, edit, shifting, trailing clips. And I want to make the speed shorter. So I'll say 50%. I want it to go. I want to lengthen the clip, but I want it to be 50% the speed, the original speed. So half the speed, so that will slow down, right? So at 100%, the clip is 1 second and 12 frames. When I make it 50% the speed, 3 seconds. Yeah, so it lengthens it. You want ripple edit to be checked. And time interpolation, you can experiment with different options for that to give you a different look for your slow motion. If you're not happy with the way it looks, you can experiment with different options here for because it's going to be generating frames or deleting frames to speed up. And then with Premiere, when it generates frames, in between frames, it's going to be doing that in different methods of time interpolation. And aesthetically, you might prefer one over the other. So that's up to you to experiment with those options. Okay, so I'm just going to click OK, and let's see what happens. Oh, did you want me to check maintain audio pitch to see how he sounds not like a big giant?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear the difference with this option on. I'm going to say OK, and here we go.
You have been judged guilty.
So that was his actual voice, right? It just sounds like he's drunk now. Not like he's a big scary giant. For example, on the second clip, I'm going to select the second clip and hit Command R. And then if I, so the second clip says to speed them up. So I'll do 200% on the second clip. And then if I don't maintain audio pitch, click OK. So there is a chipmunk, but let me undo that, Command Z. And then I'm going to hit Command R to get to the speed duration dialog box. And then let's try it with maintaining audio pitch, and I make him speed up 200% the speed. So it gets shorter, and then I say OK. So it's his voice, right? It didn't make him into a chipmunk, but he speaks faster.
Your sorcery ends here.
So the last one says to do what? Reverse it. Reverse the clip. So you can use any of the methods. Go to clip, speed duration, Command R, or right click and choose speed duration from the context menu. Whatever your favorite method is, I'm going to hit Command R. And then reverse. So this one, we're not changing the speed. We're just checking reverse. Reverse speed, right? And then click OK. And then he should do this. Translation, please. All right. So that's speed duration. I'm going to just